Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed on the topic DQ or the data structure DQ. So today we'll be discussing on the data structure counter, right? So let's get into the definition part here. What does counter definition say here? Counter is a dictionary subclass that counts hashable objects. Simple, very simple, right? So counter is a dictionary subclass that counts hashable objects, right? So this is imported from the collections. Again, I had said this one multiple times. Uh, this is imported from the collections module. It counts occurrences of elements in an iterable. What it does, it counts occurrences of elements in an iterable, right? So this is it for the counterpart. This is it for the counterpart. So let's get into the very simple example. Means let's get into the example part basically. So I'll just give here. So from collections, this is fine. I'll just go with import. So let me import counter here. This is fine. So the next part is, let's do one thing. Let's create a counter from the list. So I'll just go with the CNT here. Let me go with counter. Let me pass some elements within the list, right? So we are creating the counter from the list. So I'll just go with 1 comma 2 comma 2, some random numbers I'll give, right? So 3 comma 3 comma 3. So this is fine, man. So now let's display the counts. So I just go with print of count. This is it, simple, right? So we are just displaying the counts here. So we can access the count of an element as well. So I'll just go with a print count of 2, count of 2. So here we have to get the output 2, right? So the count of 2 here is twice. So if I give 3, count of 3, we have to get the output 3, right? So here if I give 3, then we have to get the count of 3 directly. So count of 3 is 3 here. 3 is repeated thrice, right? So 3 times or 3 times we have to get the output 3. So here I'm just going with a print of count, this one cnt of 2 means count of 2, right? So count of 2 we have to get the output twice. 2 is repeated twice, so we have to get the output 2, right? So here we are just printing the count. In this case, we have to get this one output in the form of key value pair, right? So 3 thrice, 2 twice, and 1 once. And here in this case, we just have to get the output this one 2. Let's check the same here. I'll just go with a Python keyword here. So let me come here, right click, rename, copy the file name, paste it over here, .py. Just give me a second, .py. So see here, counter, we are getting the count of each number here, right? So each number means frequency. So just usually in the interviews as well, uh, you will be asked count the frequency of this thing, right? So I can just go with this way, right? So here see, 3 we have 3 thrice, 2 we have twice, 1 we have once, the frequency, right? So 3 we have 3 times, 2 we have twice, and 1 we have only once, right? So this is fine. Next, finally, we are just going with a count of 2. So count of 2 here we have this one. It is repeated twice, so we are getting the frequency 2, which is absolutely correct, right? So I hope the concept of counter is completely clear, man. Again, what is counter here? Counter is a dictionary subclass that counts hashable objects. So it is a dictionary subclass basically. So that is the reason we are getting in the form of key value pair, right? So counter is a dictionary subclass that counts hashable objects, right? So that is the reason we are getting the output on this one, key value pair, right? So unless we are going with a particular count of a number, I mean, we are going with a count of particular number, right? So unless we are going with that, normally we will get this one output in the form of key value pair. So we are done with the counter part, right? So now next we will be discussing on the ordered dictionary. Ordered dictionary. So this also comes from the this one collections module itself, right? So for now, let me summarize whatever we have learned so far, right? So just keep this one thing in the mind. Counter is used to count element frequencies in an iterable. Again, counter is used to count element frequencies in an iterable. Easy? Yeah. So we are done with this. So we are done with this part, right? So as I said earlier, we'll be discussing about order dict next, nothing but the order dictionary next. So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.